Well, we still have a few more minutes, but now I just have to bring all this scattered energy together. So I don't know what mood you guys are in, but I just went through a whole spectrum of feelings and emotions this morning by thinking one of those very important thoughts that brings you to anger. I approached the subject, took me to the anger, and I'm going, wait a minute, what am I doing? I just set myself up to be angry, and I have a healing circle in 30 minutes. How does this work? So it's been an interesting 30 minutes. But I don't know about you guys, but I do that to myself every now and then. Senior ladies are here today. So that we may hear that. But anyway, I don't know about you guys, but once in a while, I just go into one of those places in my mind that takes me out of my centeredness, takes me out of my, I feel safe, takes me out of, I'm one with all life, and now I'm at war. One thought. And it pulled me out of my center so fast. And then it takes time to get back into it.
Yeah, but the good thing is, I mean, that I think that's life. And so, you know, for our ability to respond to that is that we have tools to get us back into it, whatever we want to do, you know. By the way, I'm going to put the Coffee Clutch link into the chat right now before we start. So anybody who wants to go over there at 10 or right close to 10, it's no host, no agenda, just come. So you can continue right on into your morning if you'd like.
Perfect.
I mean, for me, I kind of woke up with a similar on my mind kind what you know. So I thought that was a perfect time to be able to come into the healing space, because that's what was on my mind, and maybe what comes onto your heart and mind is why you need to come in. You know, that we have this space to just, this is about healing and helping get us back recentered. So thank you, Sue.
Yes, how to get back to that center, because right, the center is in the present moment, and the thought and the world is past and future, and that's where my ego goes. So my word I want to experience today is sovereignty. We have used it a lot, and it occurred to me, I am using it, but I am not in a place of clarity of exactly what does that mean to me today? How do I experience sovereignty today? When I claim sovereignty, what am I claiming? So far, what I have realized is life happens, it pulls us out of our center. We have this wonderful word, claim sovereignty. And today what I'd like to do is just journey into sovereignty for our own experience, because we use sometimes different words and saying the same thing. Sometimes, oops, I'm going to lose power. So just one moment. I'll plug in. I got to plug into my sovereignty.
Sharon, while she's doing that, does the Coffee Clutch have a different link than does the Coffee Clutch have a different link than the other group links?
It does. That
Okay.
was a choice made by the women who were talking about what they wanted to do. Yeah, so somebody else they wanted to be able to say, we're participating in this, you don't have to do it all. So Emma said, let me do the link and get it all set up. So it's not out of my account, it's out of someone else's account. So it is different. Okay. And it also preserves that it's not, if this particular circle runs over, it's not going to be cut off. So they're,
Okay.
they can run side by side because they're in different accounts.
Okay.
Thanks,
Well,
Beth.
I got to run off to my dermatologist on this today, but I really like the idea.
Yeah, if you go on sacredgroundcollective.org, all of the different possibilities. They have one on Tuesday night also, the same.
Great. Thank you.
Okay.
Well, I like the sovereignty, Sue. I'm trying to figure out a dream. See if I make this really short. A dream, whereas I was in a group and I think it was like a class, like Sharon, I think you were teaching, but it was a class, and there was this one student like in front of me, and she had been bullying me. Anything I'd say, she'd make a snide remark. Anything I do, snide remark. And it obviously had been going on long before this one particular class. And I finally had it. It was like, how you hold, and then, and I just laid into her. and the whole class turned against me. All my friends in the class, when we left the class, and we were walking out, and I usually had two friends, I said, that walked with me, and my son-in-law was there for some reason. I thought, well, he'll come and give me some empathy or something. Everybody was angry at me, and I was feeling like really alone, really, rejected. And then my niece all of a sudden was walking next to me and says, "We'll walk with you." My niece and my sister. So I got, the family message of family won't desert you, but it seemed, I don't know, anyway, I'm still trying to, what in the heck was that about? And I don't know if that ties into anything with sovereignty. Probably does. So I'm going to be wanting to somehow put that in with that.
So the world pulls us right out of our sovereignty every day. That's the human experience. How do we get back? And what are we getting back to? So when we're journeying into our sovereignty, it'll be very interesting what that experience actually is. I've never done that. Taken the word and made it an experience. Without realizing it, I have done it, but I wasn't really paying attention. And so now that's what I want to do is I want to pay attention. I want to have a relationship with what this word is. And I want to have it to be my go-to. I want to have it be second nature. So when the human experience takes my attention and creates an emotional response, a reaction, or trauma, and I want to be so practiced that I can come right back to sovereignty. And another word that I use for sovereignty is my higher self, but you can use any word. So it's source, it's God consciousness, it's higher self, it's sovereignty. So does anybody have something they want to share real quick? We'll catch up where you are. What earthly experience just jerked you out of your sovereignty? Oh, there's always something. So let's first, then all parasitic, all dark energy, entities, dark forms, dark agendas, dark programs, be gone. Be gone from this space, from this circle, and from our consciousness, from our homes, from our communities, be gone. And call in all our protective circles, call in your protective teams, the tag and transform anything that is still here, that is not of our light, is to be removed and taken back home. The PTO to surround us. Let's call in all the light workers who want to be part of our circle to support us and maybe learn from us. Call in the ancient ones. Now let's just find that place where we feel most centered. I call it my sacred space. We're in the present moment. And just feel that place that feels safe. And feel your feet firmly grounded in Earth Mother. It can be soft grass. It can be warm sand. It can be soft soil on a path through the woods. Just feel yourself firmly grounded, connected, and supported by Earth Mother. And feel all that unconditional nurturing, love, and the life force that she feeds within us. And let's feel the other elements. Feel the gentle breeze of air. Just a gentle breeze. But as sovereign beings, let us transform this gentle breeze into the pure ancient air it was originally created as we draw it in with each breath. As sovereign beings, let us transform each breath of air to its original design and release any and all toxins. And it just becomes an automatic motion of pure air in, toxins out. And we'll just let it go. But continuing to take calming breaths, gently in, slowly in, calmly in, and breathing out. Especially if you're releasing any kind of tension. Sometimes it's easier to release that breath through the lips and just feel a little force behind it, releasing tension because it works. And next, let's feel the warmth of the sun. I like to feel it on my back. Just warm enough that it helps relax the whole body. And soak it in. And next, let's hear a babbling brook or a gentle rain. And you have a cup in your hand. And you're going to hold the cup out or dip the cup into the brook. And what you're dipping into is the ancient original design for pure water. And we're going to drink this cup of water. Again, we are transforming whatever water we are drinking from into the ancient design of pure, life-giving, life-sustaining, life-maintaining water. And that's all four elements working together to provide and protect us. And now, if you're ready, let's connect above to source and connect to source all around us. That energy is space. It's within every single atom, molecule, cell, tissue, organ, and system within our body. Source consciousness is within every single cell. It surrounds us, our body surrounds our solar system, it fills our universe, it fills our galaxy. And it's the space that created our universe. And it's everything, and it's everywhere. And today, maybe we will discover it's all the words we use. Source, creative source, God consciousness, universal laws, higher self, sovereignty. There is a divine order, and there is the human mentality. And it takes a human to bring the two together. In our sovereignty, we are bringing universal laws into play. In our sovereignty, we are the creative light and the unconditional, unimaginable power of love that heals everything. So in our journey, let us ask for a full experience of sovereignty. The feeling, the essence, the truth, the experience. Set your attention for an open mind and an open heart to fully embrace and experience your sovereignty. And I will call us back in about 15 minutes. You may gently come back when you are ready. Knowing we are all sovereign beings. Anybody want to share?
I saw something I'd never seen before as you were doing the guiding. Seeing our Earth, that's definitely, and the seven worlds definitely. But it was like seeing that in our particular solar system, where we were so infected that any collective field that wanted to experience domination was just, I mean, that's where they came. They came here. So I've never seen putting our entire solar system into that cocoon that says, not here. I'd never seen it in that fashion before. And so that's basically what I did. Thanks, Sue.
Wait, I have a question. Come back. Say that again.
It's like the solar system of our seven families. Each of those families had been invaded in some fashion. And so we were infected, with this agendas of domination.
Mhm.
And we've been working on that. I've been working on them, for many years. But what I hadn't seen is that in that state, the entire seven families, our galactic worlds that I teach of, the galactic worlds of our families, had been sitting out there in the greater field of galactic. Those who wanted that experience of dominating were attracted to us. Like we gave them the opportunity to experience domination or being dominated, but mostly domination. So we were a magnet. So I'd never sealed that solar system. And I think the only reason we can do it is because the expansive galactic councils have said not anywhere in the galaxy, no, anywhere in the greater. So I'd never sealed the solar system in which our seven families have existed into a cocoon. Our world, yes. Humanity, yes. Each individual, yes. But that entire, whatever it might be, I'm just calling it the solar system. Because it's not allowed anywhere, and we're cleaning out, but there was whatever residue was still in our space could still attract those who were still carrying the desire for dominating.
Okay. Thank you. Lynn? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That it was it's a state of a being like being in a space of just the knowing and the space of awareness of where you are in any point of time, standing in your truth and the wisdom. And I saw like a concentration camp, and where you're trying to be broken, but as long as you have it in your being, they could never really get you. So you're sovereign in your being, in in your firm stance of where you are is what I was shown. And it's just that sense of almost like you hit like I don't know, like you keep on hitting and it's like, no, I'm sovereign. I'm sovereign and stop hitting. And because you're not, it's like a punching bag kind of thing. I like punching back and forth, but it's like, no, I am sovereign. I'm here. I am on point. I'm on axis and I am okay here and I'm okay here. And all is okay. It's a being center point. 'Cause I'm complete.
That's what I've been getting for a while, off and on. So today and Monday got combined. Monday, in our journey, I was a lighthouse. The ancient ones were holding me up, and I was beaming the most magnificent, powerful light that I call love and light. And today I was getting the same thing. This is the whole power over thing is universal. It's just, and it's free will. And if once we have removed enough entrapment, it's a new era that Buddha, Jesus, other masters, and healers in our modern times have been able to just heal another person. They don't heal them. They're a vehicle for healing from spirit. But what I'm getting is that today, going forward, so we have to take more responsibility for our own healing. And it takes what it takes. So I need to be, just what you were talking about, Audrey, I need to be safe and secure within myself in my sovereignty. So when the world is not doing what I like, I stay centered. As long as I stay centered, I'm in the present moment, I'm connected. My little I am is connected to my higher I am. And that to me is my sovereignty. That to me is bringing heaven to earth. That to me is my job. And so the image is I'm a lighthouse. And the lighthouse sends that light out and warns there's danger. It's up to the captain whether he ignores it or responds and learns how to work with that light. It also, in the spirit world, the love and light that goes out is an invitation. And it's free will. And that love and light from source, it's the love and light of source. It's not human at all. I'm just the vessel. And my will and spirit's will becomes one. That to me is that's my power. That's my power to align my will with the universal laws. And then that light that goes out is a healing light. It's a loving light. It's truth. It's absolute truth. So when it bumps up against somebody who does not want the truth, it's their problem, not mine. But it's knocking at the door. It's available. So I don't have to do anything because the biggest part of my work is to get centered. It's the hardest part. So I have two doctors who are not putting into the record what I want. and I'm going to write it out, and I'm going to put it in the notes in the record of my medical chart. These are my questions, and they were not answered to my satisfaction. That's my truth. That's me being in my sovereignty, not accusing anybody of anything. This has not been fully answered. This has not been fully addressed. Why not? And then staying in my center. So when I'm in my center, I can see darkness and not react to it. I can see darkness and I will intuitively know what I am to do. And that for me is my power. So, oh my gosh, that was awesome. There's so much more available when I'm in a group than when I'm by myself. So I really appreciate all of this. Every time we show up, I get empowered. So thank you for that. And does anybody else have anything they want to share or talk about or ask or anything?
Yeah, thank you for your sharing. And Audrey, your sharing really helped me too, in that to understand, I think, my dream more, and that where I wasn't in my sovereignty, I wasn't secure in my being. I let this person, who, it's interesting, the dream, I never saw the person's face. It was the back of a person in front of me. To pound at me. And instead of staying in my sovereignty, instead of staying in my being and being able to react in a way that was empowering, instead I just blew up. And in that I lost all my support. And I think, and I went into like a poor me thing instead. And so I wasn't in my power. I wasn't in my power at all in that dream. I just woke up. I thought, why does this dream feel so awful? I mean, it was just an instant, but it felt really awful. And I realized, and even at the end, when all of a sudden my niece and sister were next to me, and I had said, no one will have anything to do with me now. No one, all my friends have deserted me. It was like, it was family, it was earthly family, but I think it's a symbol of our galactic family. I think of that, that support is there, and we need each other. We're going to walk with each other through the times when we can't do it ourselves. That's really helpful. Thank you.
I'm also finding that the breathing circle has helped me a lot, using that as a tool to get centered. I love the breathing exercises, and whether I am able to attend or not, I can go back and listen to it and go through the exercise, because what it does is it forces me while I'm listening to actually use it. And I need to develop that as one of my biggest, best tools, because breathing really does bring me into the moment. And the little short, shallow breaths and holding the breath takes me out. So I love the question you put in, Sharon. The question, is it the breathing or is it me changing? Because I think you're using the breath to change, because that feels like what we're all doing. We're changing.
Yeah, we are. I found that same thing to be true for me, Sue. That unrelated to, sometimes it's unrelated to the breathing, really, but then the breathing is there, and I go like, oh yeah, pay attention. So it's been I've really appreciated having that 30 minutes, to be learning with and learning more about, therefore being more attentive to it.
Yeah. Well, thank you, my sovereign sisters. This has been another awesome circle. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes. Thank you. Blessings on your day, everyone.
You too.
Yeah, blessings on your day.